It is 6:24 right now. In the midst of economic chaos, all eyes turn at some point to the Federal Reserve to try and gauge the fallout from a fiscal change in climate.
And while most people have heard of the name, few might truly understand what it does. But for an explanation, we turn to our financial consultant, Andy Barkate. Good morning, Andy. Thanks for joining us.
That's right.
Good morning, you too.
Federal Reserve 101 this morning.
Well, the Federal Reserve has been around almost 100 years. It was established back in 1913 by Congress. And it has two main jobs. One is to try to keep prices stable, and the other is to increase employment. Both very tough jobs these days. And it does so by usually just a couple of ways. It controls money supply. In itself, that's a whole interesting concept. And it tries to control and set interest rates. And by doing so, it tries to push the economy one way or another. Increase the economy or maybe decrease it or slow it down to a certain degree.
Okay, why is it so important? It's made up of how many different?
There's
20? I was going to say
well,
20.
there's about a dozen and a half different governors, which all some vote, some don't vote. They meet 8 times a year, and those meetings are very secretive. We find now Wall Street knows they're going on. Everybody's kind of waiting to see what comes out of the Federal Reserve. Their minutes are released usually a couple of weeks after their meeting, and folks, on Wall Street pick through those, with a fine-tooth comb to try to get any idea of what the Federal Reserve is going to do in the future, because that does set a lot of tone for the economy.
Okay.
All right, so you said one of the jobs it does is to create jobs.
Try to create jobs. You create an environment where employment may be maximized or employment may be increased. And it would do so by trying to, I guess, spur the economy on, increase the economy like it's doing right now.
Okay.
It's trying to set interest rates at a low level, so hopefully the economy gets boosted and gets kind of kicked in the rear end to get going again. The idea is if interest rates are low, companies can borrow more easily. They have more access to capital, more inexpensive access to capital, as do we consumers. If you think about it, interest rates are low, mortgage rates are lower, people can hopefully afford to buy homes that much more efficiently. And then again, when homes are built, cars are built, appliances are purchased, hopefully jobs are created. That's the idea.
Let's speculate a little bit as far as this goes, because, I mean, the rates have been very low recently, and yet, as everyone just saw in the latest jobs report, 0 new jobs, I mean, which hasn't happened since World War II, I think they were saying. That added, I mean, where in the formula, I mean, what can they do? What more can they do? Can they do anything?
Well, that's what a lot of people are speculating. What else does the Fed have in its bag of tricks to kind of help things go along? And that's still kind of unseen. They kept interest rates at a near 0 level for the first time since, I looked at a chart last night preparing. The chart didn't go back far enough to see when the rates were this low on the Federal Reserve at this time. So they're trying all they can to try to get things going again. Now, we've had different stimulus plans the last couple of years. We've had the original stimulus back in 2008 to try to get us going again. We had QE2, and now there's that speculation, is there going to be another quantitative easing just to try to get more money out in the economy, again, to try to get money in the hands of a consumer to hopefully spur the economy. And we don't know yet, so it's a very difficult job, and I don't think anybody knows really what the Fed's got up its sleeve next.
We'll have to wait, watch, and find out.
All right. Andy, thanks for your insight.
Thank you, too.
Appreciate it. All right.